We're going to be talking about the Yankee Marshal, probably for the last time. And I'm also going to be talking about witch hunts. First off, let's just clear something up really quick. I am against witch hunting. I am against targeted harassment. I'm against bullying and just dogpiling other individuals for personal reasons. That's just not what I do. I do political analysis. Other channels, they broadcast their opinions. And if I don't like them or disagree with them, I might make another video countering it. Only once so far. I made a video about the Amazing Atheist, and I was very mean, and I was apologetic about what I did. And of course, the Amazing Atheist responded in kind, and it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. However, I made multiple videos about the Yankee Marshal, 2 of them, I believe. And you know, essentially, for those who missed out, the Yankee Marshal accused Mr. Guns and Gear of being a valor thief. And then he changed his tune and said, oh, well, he embellished things about his military service, which is just complete nonsense. It's obviously a lie. I've watched plenty of Mr. Guns and Gear content. He rarely ever speaks about his military service. Very rarely would it be germane to the video that he does. But with that being said, Mr. Guns and Gear is a veteran of the U.S. Armed Forces. And he's an incredibly competent individual. He's clearly one of the best of us. He's clearly one of the more successful, one of the most competent gun channels here on the platform. And, you know, the Yankee Marshal took cheap shots at him. And the core claims against Mr. Guns and Gear by the Yankee Marshal was that he's a profiteer, which there's nothing wrong with, that he's basically just shilling for all these companies and selling, you know, products, which, again, there's nothing wrong with that. So I left that out. I don't really care about him having an issue with Mr. Guns and Gear making money on the platform. If anything, Mr. Guns and Gear is worth every penny, and I hope he makes a lot of money on the platform. And I do genuinely believe that. I want gun channels to be successful. Apparently, the Yankee Marshal has a different view on that. The things that I did speak of was, since I know politics a lot better than most people, especially people like the Yankee Marshal, you know, he said that Mr. Guns and Gear was incorrect. He's an exaggerator for the claims that Mr. Guns and Gear made about the Chaz zone being, you know, very violent, being very dangerous. That, you know, the government should really be, you know, strike down with a strong, you know, fierce force, you know. And put an end to the nonsense that took place in Seattle. And of course, I was able to defend some of the claims that Mr. Guns and Gear made, and because the Yankee Marshal doesn't know what he's talking about. It was very easy to debunk and you know, deflect the claims that were made by him. But one of the most sinister elements of the Yankee Marshal videos that he did about Mr. Guns and Gear was the valor thief claims, the stolen valor claims that he made. You know, so, and I'll repeat this again really quickly. He was trying to rob Mr. Guns and Gear of his time and reputation. He was taking cheap shots at Mr. Guns and Gear, saying that he's a valor thief, that he's a liar, and that now he expects Mr. Guns and Gear to go onto his channel and have a conversation to clear the air, to clear things up, and to set the record straight. This would obviously only benefit the Yankee Marshal. The Yankee Marshal is a hostile dude. And he wants nothing more than to take cheap shots at other people and upset them by calling them names, yada, yada, yada. It was obvious what he was trying to do. Now, I'm over here on the Yankee Marshal's YouTube page, and he removed both of those videos. I archived one of them. And I'm going to link to the second apology video where he's like, oh, well, basically, I was informed that you embellished things about your military service. And I didn't believe the things that came out of my mouth. You know, it was just really slimy, slimeball stuff. And then he proceeded to attack Mr. Guns and Gear the entire time. It was honestly one of the worst apology videos in gun YouTube history. It was actually quite a sight to see. I was really glad to have witnessed it myself. But you know, once again, the Yankee Marshal has changed his tune. And I was just in his live show right here, trying to see if he wanted to have a conversation with me, a cordial conversation, not a debate, because I wanted to ask him things about the things that he did. And we honestly should be holding this individual accountable for what he did. You know, he's accusing people of things. He's trying to pick fights with people, and he's obviously misleading people about the paradigm shift in the United States. He's being dishonest about the violent insurrections that are taking place throughout many of our largest cities here in the United States in 2020. He doesn't seem interested in doing it. He's trying to pretend that none of it ever happened. You know, like look at this. he's making multiple videos antagonistic towards Antifa, which is funny because he was just very sympathetic towards them not long ago. Honestly, not long ago. And I had to bring up constantly, it's like he wants to call people cowards and wimps and all this stuff. It's like, well, there's video footage of you getting smacked around in Chaz. And then he gets cucked by these Black Lives Matter activist thugs, and he's going through the footage on his camera to appease them, and all of that is true. All of that is true. So now, and again, like, I'm not going to attack this guy for a lot of his political opinions, and for most part, like, I don't really see any issues with him. Like, he did a political analysis of the woman in Michigan who was defending her family with a firearm, and she was arrested, and solid points all around. That is not my problem with the Yankee Marshal is not his personally held beliefs. It is his behavior. He is clearly, by his own admission, seeking private personal information of other YouTube gun channels, or other individuals are giving him private personal information about other gun channels. And he is using that information to make content, to enrich himself, to bolster his status here on the platform, to gain subs, to gain views, to gain notoriety. That is problematic to me, that you have a YouTube channel, by his own admission, this individual, by his own admission, seeking out information, starting fights with people, violating their privacy, practically forcing Mr. Guns and Gear to publish his own medical documents and all sorts of other documents. That's disgusting to me, and it is incredibly. It was very unsettling. It was very upsetting to see somebody who I admire, somebody who I enjoy watching on the platform, having to do that. And he was obviously extremely uncomfortable doing so. But, accusations of stolen valor, and I brought this up in another clip a while ago, basically shredding, Caleb of Gun Nuts Media apart. He's like, oh, well, you don't have to respond to these claims. It's like, well, stealing valor is a crime. And especially if you do so to enrich yourself, and which is, what Mr. Guns and Gear does. He makes money on the platform. He advertises. He sells products. He's got affiliate links, yada, yada, yada. There's things at stake here. And, so what is going on here? Or the worst scenario, none of it is true. And the Yankee Marshal is pretending to know personal things about Mr. Guns and Gear, just to bait him into having a conversation, having some kind of debate, or engaging in some kind of fight that is going to bolster the notoriety, boost the views on his channel. And that's just incredibly slimy behavior. And all good people, all gun channels, we should be united in defending Mr. Guns and Gear, and rejecting this behavior, standing against this behavior. It's not productive. There's not that many of us, and but any day now, Google can implement some bullshit policy and get us all kicked off the platform in the snap of a finger. I fear that day is coming, and I pray to God that I'm wrong. And a lot of the things that I said, it doesn't come from a place of malice, because I used to be subscribed to the Yankee Marshal, and I watched his content for a long time, and I'd catch a lot of his political analysis, and a lot of the times, like, he's spot on. So it was very upsetting to see someone who is generally not stupid, one, engage in this pathetic behavior, and two, defend individuals, these activists who have engaged in unlawful insurrection in the United States. So in my estimation, a lot of the opinions, even if they seem exaggerated or a little hyperbolic from Mr. Guns and Gear, I don't think he is wrong. I think legally speaking, he is correct. And of course, morally speaking, he is correct. And of course, just to further make my point, like, the Yankee Marshal is now making videos calling Antifa, little wimpy kids. He's definitely changing his tune, and he removed the videos of him starting the drama because there's really no way to make what he did look good. So when I say that it's probably best that this guy gets banned, it's not because of his speech. It's not because he's being mean or nasty towards people that I'm sympathetic towards, people that I genuinely like and enjoy. It's because he's engaging in really disgusting, creepy behavior and clearly violating people's privacy. If he's not doing that, he's pretending to do so. And I think we deserve answers. Plain and simple. Now, by no means am I saying, let's get him. Let's go and mass report him. I don't think any of that should happen. I'm totally against it. But, if I'm an administrator on Google and I see this, I see someone admitting to getting personal or trying to get personal information on another individual and making the kind of videos that he did, yeah, I would probably suspend his account. Plain and simple. And again, don't go to his videos and threaten him. You can dislike his content. You can leave a comment saying, hey, I think you're a wimp. I think what you did is wrong, and I'm not going to subscribe to you. I'm going to tell other people not to subscribe to you. That is totally fine. That is legitimate criticism, but do not engage in threats, because I am a man of peace. I don't believe in witch hunts. I don't believe in bullying or targeted harassment or dogpiling. It's okay to use your speech, genuinely use your speech to counter this disgusting behavior. And I'm just incredibly disappointed by the whole affair. It's very upsetting that it's come to this. And again, I'm going to link to both of the videos that he has removed. One of them is on my Bitchute account. The other one is going to be from another content creator who reviewed the apology, and he rates it as one of the worst, most comically appalling apologies on the platform, which he's probably not wrong. It really is that bad. And now he wants to act like none of it happened. I was in his live stream, and he's just not even, speaking about, his heinous behavior. You can't just I don't believe people should just get away with, taking, sniping at innocent people and then pretending as if nothing happened, pretending as if he did not just try to completely obliterate someone's reputation and status here on the platform. He's literally trying to rob this person of his money. He's trying to prevent Mr. Guns and Gear from making money. And he brought this up himself. It's like, as soon as I brought these accusations up, you're losing the Patreons and the Patreon subscribers. You're losing, subscribers, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how he was able to come to that conclusion. I don't know what it exactly is that he's doing to assert those claims. But I mean, obviously he's camping Mr. Guns and Gear's Patreon page. He's obviously looking at his subscribers and whatnot, but it is what it is, man. There was a commenter saying that, a bunch of us were on the wrong side of this, that we're being mean for calling for him to be banned, that we're just as bad as the left. This isn't about speech, dude. This is about behavior. There still needs to be decorum. There still needs to be rules and honor among people who are on this platform, engaged in the arena of ideas, genuinely exchanging ideas and beliefs and different points of view. There has to be decorum. There has to be civility. What I saw was a great display of cowardice and stupidity. And yeah, I'm going there, guys. I'm going there. I think, the Yankee Marshal is a coward. For one, removing those videos. Two, for taking cheap shots at somebody without evidence, by the way, making claims that are completely baseless and untrue. But again, please don't bully this man. And it's just, like I said, the whole affair is sad. I remember when the Yankee Marshal, he had a stroke, and he's on camera, and he's like, I'm going to go protest, for 2A. I'm going to go do these things, and I'm still going to make content. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to recover. And thank God that he did. Thank God that he did. And I know I goofed on him about getting beat up in Chaz and stuff, but thank God he didn't die. Like David Dorn. David Dorn, he's similar to Yankee Marshall. He's an older man, retired, all that stuff, and they killed him. They killed David Dorn. They had no regard for his life. Is the Yankee Marshal any different? If anything, the odds would be a lot less favorable to the Yankee Marshal. David Dorn is black. His life matters, right? All black lives matter. They ended up killing David Dorn anyways. These Black Lives Matter activist thugs killed this innocent man, a former police who lived an honorable life. Yankee Marshal, I have no reason to believe that he does not conduct himself honorably in the real world. This is a veteran. He's an ex-cop. He's pro 2A. He's supposed to be one of us, right? Maybe he has got a few different opinions. That's fine. But, it was very possible. It was very likely that it could have been him. There could have been a video surfaced of him on the ground, killed by these thugs that he was running cover for, running interference for, trying to make look good. And again, now the content of him trying to excuse or apologize for the violence in Chaz, they're gone. His tune has changed, so I guess it's a step in the right direction, but he's got a lot to answer for. And in my opinion, I still think him, and not just him, but Caleb of Gun Nuts Media, these people need to come out and apologize and really put this thing to rest. I genuinely believe that. I personally would never fucking do what these guys did. Absolutely appalling that, grown men can act that way and throw these kinds of accusations around and it's just expect people to forget. Forgive, probably not. Forget, probably not, but to be mean and hostile and continue to go after them, I'm not going to do that, obviously. And of course, again, no targeted harassment, no bullying, none of that. Respectfully disagree. State your case clearly. Again, if not because of all the little stupid personal opinions. Again, the ones that matter the most about Chaz and Mr. Guns and Gear, they're easily debunked. They're easily debunked. So, yeah. So just be good, guys. Be good. Behave. Be reasonable. This is how we stand out from the opposition. This is how we show the world the kind of people that we are by maintaining civility, maintaining honor, and treating people with respect and kindness. And extending that courtesy even to people who disagree with us. But there is a line when you when you start throwing these insanely offensive claims against people. Good people need to stand up. Good people do need to stand up and counter it and let people like Yankee Marshall and Caleb of Gun Nuts Media know that this shit is not acceptable. It is absolutely not acceptable. And the Yankee Marshall got slapped in the cock, and now he's his content has changed radically. Look at all these videos that he's published since the incident. That's a lot of stuff. And, this is what Caleb did too. They're trying to distance themselves from the recent past. They're trying to distance themselves from what they did and pretend as if it didn't happen. It really is, weakness and cowardice, in my opinion. And the only thing to make this better is to really apologize, genuinely apologize for their wrongdoing. I'm not perfect. I wronged the Amazing Atheists, but my opinions were not incorrect. It wasn't because of my opinions. It was because of the way that I conducted myself. But again, I wasn't doing lobbying these drama bombs the way the Yankee Marshall did. So I guess that's the difference between me and somebody like him. So, that's all I got on this topic, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all healthy and all that good stuff. Stay safe. Stay away from these disgusting Marxists, because they'll slap you around for no good reason. Peace out.